with T-Teen. Welcome to the show, everyone. My special guest today is NLE Choppa, one of my favorite people to talk to.
Live in the flesh. I'm one of your favorites.
Yes, you are one of my favorites.
Thank you.
You're actually one of my favorite artists of your generation, too. I think I shared that with you plenty of times.
Thank you. I appreciate that wholeheartedly. You have.
Because you can really spit.
I try to do my bit when I try. I try to separate myself from the norm.
Yeah.
And that's the focus, but be myself at the same time.
You know what I feel like, though, that I like about you so much is that I feel like you really are a student of the game.
Always.
You know, like you really study, like you really, when you work on your music, like you perfect your craft time and time again. Is that what it's like for you to try to get better? Yeah,
you got to be a perfectionist. You also got to study the greats. That's what I like to do. I like to not study my peers, not study the people that's around, but, the greatest to do it, right? Is, MJ's, the Prince, whomever, the Drake of this generation. Like, certain things, I just like to be a student to the people that's had a lot of success in this area. So
yeah. So
I'm
what inspired your Tupac photo shoot?
The Tupac photo shoot, it's slut season. Feel me? That's what we doing right now. It's slut season, So in honor of slut season, Slut Me Out too. And my new shoe I'm coming out with, the duck boot, which I brought.
Yeah, let me see that. I was gonna ask you, what is that underneath that table there? What does that mean? Look at this.
So in honor of all these things, I recreated the Tupac photo shoot and just brought these things to the table to promote it. Just, marketing, but really just being in tune with self too.
Yeah.
I'm saying, you gotta love yourself to hop in that tub like that. You feel me?
But Tupac had a lot of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what you have. That's great. You believe in yourself. You believe in the music you put out. Mm-hmm. And you believe in who you are as a person. You stand on business.
You got to. Nobody else believe in you. You got to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the most important part of just manifesting what you want. Confidence, it makes the willpower be a little different, make you want to wake up different, make you really want to, go after whatever you want because you can achieve it.
Yeah. So did you expect the Slut Me Out to get such mixed views online?
Yeah, of course. Like, I feel like the song is just controversial. It's just controversy itself. You feel me? With the first bar, everything you hear is going to make people either like it, not like it, or have something to say about it. Like, you literally have no choice. And, that's a good thing. That's what drives more people to get eyes on it. The more people that like it, the more people that don't like it, or even the people that's in between about it, it spreads the conversation to reach the audience that you're trying to reach. And, it's being received well with the people that fuck with it and appreciate the art. So,
yeah,
I'm highly blessed with this song right now.
Yeah.
It's going crazy.
Yeah. But I think you handle the reviews online very well and very classy, too.
Yeah, you got to. I feel like it's important for us as an artist to be artistic in every way, shape, or form. Not just music, but how you either handle the pressure you under with your art being critiqued and criticized and, reviewed. Because, we supposed to just make stuff to just put it out, just make stuff off the love. But, in today's age, everybody want to be God. Everybody want to judge it. So, it's kind of hard. So you got to be able to know how to not get offended, just accept it, take constructive criticism, and also respond to the people that's being ignorant, but not, stoop low to their level.
Yeah. And I feel like the internet makes everybody feel like they're a damn expert. You know what I'm saying? Can you just be a fan and not try to be an expert? Like, everybody has an opinion, and they think that their opinion is so validated when they haven't done anything to really validate their opinion.
I mean, like I said, man, it's just a reflection of what vibration that person on.
Yeah.
You feel me? I feel like when you see people's always something negative to say, that's just how they feeling internally. So, if they feel that way internally, it's going to be hard for them to see the positives in certain people's work or see that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm making music for the people on their frequency. Like, the intent of that song was fun.
Yeah.
Like, let's just have fun. Let's just get in here and laugh. It's
not take
unserious.
ourselves so seriously. Yeah.
And I'm gonna get a plaque for it.
Yeah.
Just, it's motherfuckers going in there it's real serious, trying to get down in the gritty, and then you got some people that just go in there with the intent on their heart. I just want to do something I love and have fun with it. And that's what go all the time when you have the fun. So, I mean, a lot of people wonder why I've always had a successful career or why I'm still here. It's just because I'm having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the best way to make music.
And I love that. I love the fact that you have not lost that. You know, because some people get into the game, especially artists who are really young, and they have so much success that pressure either eats them up or they feel like it becomes a job. You know what I mean? But for you, every time I see you, every time I encounter you, every time I hear your music, it just seems like you continue to have fun. And I think maybe that comes from the fact that you meditate, you give yourself space to evolve as a human.
Yeah, you got to, you know, and that's the most important word, evolving. You know, that was my word of this year.
Yeah.
Is, you know, evolving, evolution. What's a way that I can, you know, free myself from what I've been accustomed to. You know, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. It's me going. I'm going against the norm to make a song like "Slut Me Out" too. Like, you feel me? Like that's the type of song in Memphis. If you was to rap there amongst, you know, the homies or whatever, they'll look at you like, what the fuck? So it's like I'm breaking down a barrier. You know, I'm setting a whole new boundary for myself. I'm being fearless. I'm going to a whole different territory. And setting up shop. And I feel like God reward those people who do things of that nature because, you know what I'm saying, I think he just put a lot more in me than what I was trying to push out.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, there's a lot of trap records, a lot of street records, but I'm so much more than just what my environment was. Like,
you got more to offer to the world.
Yeah, I live a lot more positive now. I smile a lot more. I like to intervene with people. I like to make people day. So it's like I start to realize like a lot of the shit I was putting out, it just kind of went like just resonating with where I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
So
it feels like you had some type of enlightenment, like you were able to see yourself outside of yourself. Yeah. So for those listening or watching, what tools did you use to get to that point? I know we spoke previously about meditation and, you know, Reiki therapy and different things of that nature. But for those listening, what type of spiritual journey or, you know, steps they could possibly take? On
the real, just keeping God first and just keeping prayer, you know what I'm saying, right there with it. You know what I'm saying? With you keeping God, I feel like it's a lot of things you shouldn't put this first, second, third. It's a lot of shit you put first. You know what I'm saying? That's God first, family first, prayer first. All of these different things should be in that same boat, that same category, and this should work and sync with each other. And, you know, that's what I've pretty much been doing. Once I found that rhythm, I also found the power of duality. So knowing, like, even though I got a lot of people across the world that love street records, just knowing it's a certain percentage of it that's the hood. Understanding that even when I drop some street records, sometimes it's not getting fed all through the hood. Sometimes it's just like a lot of people want to listen to it in the gym. Overseas, I see a lot of people overseas that rock with it. I got a lot of white kids that rock with it. So it's like understanding my reach and learning how to be versatile with it to where, like, I'm just not a one-trick pony.
Yes.
You feel me? So it's like, now it's like you don't know how I'm going to come. Like, I could do this for a certain period of time and then come back to a street record, and it's not detrimental because I'm not just, this is what I'm about.
Yeah.
You give the kid the option to say, I love this from him, I love that from him, I love that. This is cool, but I love, you feel me?
Yeah.
So, just do a lot of it.
But you know what? I bet you feel so free. I bet you your energy feels so lighter. You feel lighter, right?
I'm not in a box. I'm creating a whole different fan base.
Yeah.
So it's helping me grow. Yeah. It's helping me grow to where I want to be. If I know that I could reach not only this audience, I could reach this one, it helps me as an artist because now I'm able to step into other people's worlds. Yeah. Step into other people. You know, it was like, prime example, right? I remember I showed love to the LGBTQ community for streaming Slut Me Out too, which is something that's not normal from a rapper.
Yeah.
Or something that I wouldn't have done probably 3 to 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But, you know, my growth has made me realize, like, at the end of the day, these people are human. And it ain't my fault to judge. It ain't my space to judge nobody. It's my space to try to relate and understand what they coming from. Why do they feel this way? And at the end of the day, everybody want to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people try to block off the exception factor to a lot of people. Like, I feel like I love all. Like,
and they support your music.
If they supporting, like,
Yeah.
I'm going to get that love back. I'm going to say thank you. That one thing about me, if you give me something, if you show me love, I'm going to make sure you hear a thank you. And I'm going to make sure not only I say it, but you feel it. Like, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because it could be going nowhere. It could be.
But the key word is love. And I think that a lot of us miss the human existence is to love.
Yeah.
Time and time again, we've seen instances or scenarios where love has always showed throughout the test of time. You know, when you face adversity, you face it with love and humility, right? Because whatever is supposed to happen is in our destiny to happen, right? So you have to acceptance with joy, you know, acceptance with love. Don't fight against it, but meet it with love.
Because who are we to critique it and say someone wrong?
Yeah.
Or to say that there's, you know what I'm saying? I feel like once you do that, you're doing the creator job.
Yeah.
Like, only thing you can do is just appreciate people for who they are, accept them for who they are. And if you don't, you know what I'm saying, don't judge them, but just, you know, go your separate way. You ain't got to speak on certain things.
Yeah.
Feel me? So.
I feel like you are now seeing your purpose.
Like, I've seen it, and God has ordered certain steps for me to take, and I feel like I probably sometimes was on that path and, like, would get off and then like, come back. And it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, what I realized with God, he accepts you for whatever you do. You know, as long as you get back on it and as long as you know that that's where you're supposed to be, he'll protect you in the process of it because he understands, you know what I'm saying, we're not him. We you know what I'm saying, we just trying to, sometimes we try to rely on our own understanding some days, and it's just, you feel me? But he knows we're not perfect, so it's a lot of days where I feel I could have did something better to represent him or did that, but, you know, I'm learning. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm in constant fight with how do I meet a balance between not making myself just the most unhappy person and also the balance of trying to serve. You feel me? So it's like, it's kind of tough juggling it because you like, okay.
How do I be a servant and then also
accept the life experience and
yes,
enjoy it?
Yes.
That's be the only time where it's like, he might drift off. But as long as that's your intent, if God knows that that's your intent, he accepts it because he knows I'm not trying to
hurt nobody.
Yeah,
your intention is never to cause evil.
It's just to be free. I want to live free.
Yes.
But still disciplined.
Yes. But a lot of people are afraid to step into that purpose or their calling because they can become unsure. You know what I mean? So that fear factor stops them from truly living in acceptance or being free, right? Because fear is saying, no, I better not do that. Oh my God, what am I thinking? I'm not good enough. No, like too many obstacles. No, I can't serve in that place. Nobody's going to receive me. You know, we start to have these wars in our minds, you know?
And it's also like, I be having like a good war because I be trying to make sure like, even with like, say for instance, like, all right, so I said I ain't want to release a street record, but at the end of the day, I think I released a record that is like just 6 in the, like the song is just 6. Slut Me Out 2 is a straight 6. And I was like trying to figure it out. Like I'm like, okay, so I feel like I gotta find God in every situation. And in the midst of it, I started to realize like, yeah, it's a sexual song, but it also sounds like you just love yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was a bad bitch, I want to fuck me too. Like, it's just, you feel me? It just sounded like I'm just very in tune with just loving myself. And I feel like it was cool. I was like, okay, but it also showed a small bit of growth in my music and how I was critiquing, because at one point in time when I was FaceTiming kids, they were putting toy guns in the phone. And like now it's like, if I want me to, like, it might sound vulgar, but it's really just self-love. I was making it out of self-love. So now if I'm knowing like, okay, now where can I take it? How can I go up again to make it like a different circumstance, and over time it's gonna keep getting better with me just trying to get away from shit.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah, because you don't always want to be the guy where the kids see you as just holding up guns or doing stuff to, you know, that's just not who you are anymore as a human.
And I know people will probably be like, oh yeah, just sell sex or something, but it's like, you know, in the process, I've been very open about, like, shit, I've been celibate through this whole shit since I've been dropping it.
Wow.
So that's another way, like, you feel me? I feel I can bring, you know, give God the glory, because in the midst of me rapping about this, I've actually been trying to change my lifestyle to make sure I'm not giving my energy to just any and everybody. So,
and that's a discipline in itself.
Especially when you are making records like this and you got to be around that shit.
And not only that, you smell so goddamn good. I'm sure you got this whole room smelling like. So I'm sure you have women like flock to you. You're young, you're handsome as hell, you smell good. I'm sure that's a discipline in itself.
I was just saying, it's the Garden of Eden everywhere I go. it's like the Garden of Eden everywhere I go. It's like temptation, but it's getting to the point to where, like, I'm really not just tempted. You feel me? It's like I see beautiful people, I see beautiful women, and I appreciate. Like, that's the thing. I love women a lot, man. Like, extremely a lot. But like when I see them, I'm starting to just be able to just walk up to them and say, like, you beautiful, you real beautiful, and just walk off and not have to say, what's your number, what you doing tonight. It's just like, I can't hold that in. I'm going to let them know. But it's like, I got to walk away after that or something. So
now, are you saving yourself for someone special? Or are you feeling like women should be treated in a certain way? And if I'm not there yet in my growth, I don't want to engage if I can't offer her what she deserves. Is that what it is?
It's more so like I'm looking out for me and the other person type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But first, it's really starting with just looking out for myself and respecting, just, you know, building. I've always practiced celibacy, but I think this is like the time where it's like I'm really like taking it a step more serious, because it's not celibacy to me. It's like I'm starting to realize like God is just trying to implement a whole lifestyle change for me. And I mean, it's really starting with me, and then probably later on I understand it to where it may be a certain woman come around, or it might be this happen, or it may work out that way, but it's really just like me just being in tune with just working on myself.
Working on that self-love. Do you feel like a lot of black men struggle with loving themselves? You know?
Of course.
Because society, you know, teaches a lot of men in our communities, you got to be hard and you got to go out and you have to, and they already face a lot in the world, you know?
And that's one of the main reasons why I've been pushing this record so hard, because I feel like I was just having a talk about this. Like, people feel like the word masculinity, like the real definition of masculinity is like the power of just doing. So me just picking this up, or just movement, or just lifting this up, or just moving. And feminine energy is the power of just sitting and receiving. So I never understood how along the lines masculinity was just looked as like, you got to be a man, or you got to be strong, or you got to be this, you got to be that. We've been misconstrued on that term, and I feel like it's pushed a lot of people to feel like they have to be more harder, more uptight, and more, you know what I'm saying, more away from joy.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's been over the time period, if you seeing from the 70s to now, it's getting worse and worse.
Yes.
Like, it's getting worse and worse, and I just wanted to be that change. I just wanted to be the person to show, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm a real nigga to the core. Like, ain't nothing flawed. It's just straightforward with me. But when the NLE Choppa character come on, that persona I made to reach the masses, oh, he a damn fool. He can give you a Slut Me Out too, and be goofy and laugh and show you all these things, because as an artist, I supposed to paint a different picture to people. You know what I'm saying? I supposed to paint this picture to where motherfuckers can see me and say, okay, life ain't just all about Glocks and switches and perk 30s.
Right,
you
right.
feel me? So that's my goal with this record. Like,
and vulnerability really is the true essence of a man. When you're able to be vulnerable, you know, you are able to reach your highest potential. When you are vulnerable, when you take down the tough guy and see through other lenses, that's when your growth really happens for a man. Like,
it does. That's when it happened with me. And I feel like the things where a lot of us go wrong sometimes is we get vulnerable and we feel like probably our partner that we with at the time supposed to accept it or supposed to comfort you in this sense. But I was always taught to get all of what you need from self, so you're not looking for it from someone else. And, you know what I'm saying? So people would get vulnerable and they feel like, oh, I'm vulnerable. But a lot of men I've known only got vulnerable just for their relationship. It wasn't for themselves.
yes.
And once
And it's never going to work.
once you get vulnerable, you realize sometimes you'll realize the relationships you in is something you're supposed to been out of. Once you start to realize yourself, and then once you break free from that, God may give you the person that might comfort your vulnerability.
Absolutely.
So,
because it has to be for self first.
It
You
gotta
have
be
to
for-
love yourself first. You have to be vulnerable with yourself first. You have to be gentle with yourself first.
and I'm gonna tell you
And that
why.
doesn't make you weak either.
And the main reason why is I tell people this all the time. Like, we was brought up to think that God just live in the sky. No, he lives in every one of us. That's the whole concept of put God first. It's really putting yourself first because he lives within
You
us.
are. You're divine energy. You're
feel me?
divine
So-
energy. Yes, I absolutely 100% agree with you. You are God. God is in you.
He lives
Your
in every one of
divine
us.
energy is you. Everything that happens in your life is already predestined. You know, you just have to accept with joy and walk through that path. And every obstacle that comes in your way, you have to be like, okay, God, I accept this with joy, whatever this is. Then you face it without fear. You face it without judgment. You face it with vulnerability. But that takes a lot of maturity. And people, you know, watching and listening, you know, we didn't get here overnight. This level of consciousness or vibration that we on didn't happen overnight. Like,
Trials.
you know, it's trials and tribulations. It's going deep. It's going within. It's stepping away from, you know, the world for a minute, maybe going to self, maybe going, for me, meditation, taking, you know, trips to silence myself and the noise around me in order for me to mature to this level. So, you know, for those watching, you know, if you hear what we're saying and you're like, I want to know more, you know, put your eyes on a book. You know what I'm saying? Go to someplace different to feed your soul.
And sometimes your life is the book.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people gotta realize, like, your life, a lot of books we reading are stories about someone's life. If you just reflect on your life, you have a book yourself. So it's just about all the dark days you had. Now, what's the turning point? How are you about to align yourself with the brighter days that's ahead? How are you gonna get in that position to receive those things? How are you gonna put this behind you and just move forward? And, you know, make your story a testimony for the people. And you feel me? Like, once you realize that, it's like you don't have to do nothing but just pay attention to everyday's life. Pay attention to what's throwing your energy off. Pay attention to the signs that God sent you on the day. It's just paying attention. Every part of the day happened for a reason. You will see everything you need to know in your day will happen.
Yeah.
Everything you got to grow from in the day will show itself. Because you will eat something down there, and your energy will get out. You like, damn, I need to fast.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just certain stuff, you know.
Yeah. You're not you are not in this position. You are an artist for a reason. God gave you a talent for a reason. And I am just super proud of you and all your growth. Like, you've been on this show for a few times. And when I say you are one of my favorite people to talk to, you really are. And I am just so proud of you. I don't even know how else to describe it. Just to see you in this space, and God makes no mistakes when he gives us a gift, and I'm glad that you're stepping in your gift. And the music, people can stream it. It's available right now. Where can they purchase the shoes?
Oh, yeah. Duck Boot, it'll be available May 9th. I want to show the box, too.
Yeah, let me see. Wow, look at that.
It's a duck foot.
Let me feel this shoe. Is it heavy or light?
Let
me feel it.
It's cool.
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty light. This is cool. I like it. Make sure you guys. You said it's gonna be available when?
May 9th. And I own that shoe too, so it's a difference. I'm not getting paid to just post it. I'm actually like.
And you did the designs and.
Oh no, so the designer, shout out to Omar. He designed the boot, and it just fit me to wear it. You feel me? So.
Okay.
And Omar, he actually was the one that brought a lot of all of the Yeezy ideas to life at a certain time period when Ye was working with Adidas, and Omar was going back, designing the shoe, 3D printing it, and getting it manufactured. So
I love that.
Shout out to Omar. So.
And when's the I know Slut Me Out too. That's out now. People can stream it. But are we gonna have a new album coming? What's up with that?
I don't know. I'm just trying to. I'm really like in a space to where like I'm always just doing a lot at one time. So I'm trying to kind of just focus a lot on this record and see where I can take it to.
Okay.
And I got a new song coming out May 10th though.
Okay.
So the day after the Duck Boot drop, May 10th, I got a new song. So just trying to take it a song at a time right now.
Well, listen, I wish you much success. It's NLE Choppa, everybody. Thank you so much for tapping in. What a beautiful conversation today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's tap in with TT.